Hey everybody, and welcome back. In this video, what we're going to talk about is how to stop early extension once and for all. I mean, literally once and for all. But before we get into that, if you could hit the like button, subscribe button, notifications button, all that stuff, it's going to help me out. It's going to help the channel grow, but it's ultimately going to help you because of the information that you're getting from this channel. Okay, so let's go into early extension for a second. So what happens is people get to the top, and they go this way, which when I say go this way, they're moving their body to the golf ball, which from down the line looks like that, okay? Or they start doing a combination of things where they're standing up and they're going into this early extension of the body. But it's real simple when you understand it, because I could stand up here and tell you, oh, there's this drill, there's that drill, this is how we're gonna stop it. No. What we're going to do is we're going to change the way that you think about your golf swing. And when you can change the way you think about your golf swing, I guarantee you will stop early extension. Period. End of the story. Okay, so let's think about this logically for a second. Let's have a reference point. Believe it or not, the reference point is the pane of glass that Mr. Hogan so famously brought forth in his understanding of the golf swing, right? So watch what happens. Understanding we have a pane of glass here, right? So all of a sudden, Mr. Hogan is saying concentric circles stay under the pane of glass. Now, if I go into early extension, I'm going to go this way. So what happens? Most people are above this pane of glass, okay? Because the way the modern swing's taught, they're like, get it up here, and you've got the hands high and all this stuff. So when they come down, see how I'm coming over the top. And because I'm coming over the top of that pane of glass, my body's going, oh my God, I have no way to do anything. So your body goes into early extension to give yourself an opportunity to be able to hit the golf ball. Because when you're here and you're going this way, and that shaft's coming in steep, it's coming over the plane, and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to go into early extension. So what we have to understand, okay, period, you've got to get this through your head, is that once we're under this pane of glass, now I'm going to stay under it. And when I stay under it, look what, I'm not trying to tell myself, rotate your lower body, clear your hips, all this. I'm not doing that. But watch the difference. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to go there. I'll go to the top of the backswing. I'm underneath the pane of glass. The club is not, and I've just got it held right now, guys. But if I tell myself, stay under that pane of glass, watch what's happening. The club shallows. There, look at my rotation. I didn't try to do this. It's just understanding that, hey, stay under the pane of glass. Look what happens to my body. Is this early extension? No, because I'll come through the shot and then I'll go into extension, okay? So, everybody's like, everybody does, the pane of glass and all that stuff. It's not that big a deal. Absolutely, it is a marker. It is a marker. And when you can understand, okay, well, there's this preset marker, if I can everybody's like, well, Mr. Hogan had a flat golf swing. This is what really, personally, it agitates me, because you're either going to put your hands above that pane of glass or you're going to keep them below that pane of glass. And that doesn't really mean that pane turns into a plane. It is just a reference. There are so many different planes at so many different angles at every single part of the golf swing, and you're going to turn it into a two-dimensional thing. And it's like, oh, from this perspective, if I just keep moving my hands up that pane of glass, they'll be here. But in reality, that pane of glass is going infinitely in this direction too. So if I took that 2D approach, I'm going to bust through the pane of glass immediately, instead of learning how to move this club around me to stay under it. Because look, here would be the pane of glass, right? The move that I'm making, I'm staying under it. And everybody out there is going to say, wow, that's a really flat golf swing, Chris. No, it's my golf swing, staying underneath my pane of glass. Somebody who is a little bit taller, there is going to be staying under their pane of glass. But I can guarantee you, if you really want to become one of the best ball strikers that you can be, whether you're 6'5", 5'2", it doesn't matter. You have to learn how to keep this club underneath that pane of glass and then keep it under that pane of glass as we come through. And you will never, ever go into early extension again, because it will not happen. Why? Because you are rotating. Why? Think about a baseball player. They're here. Where's that club? It went in front of them, to the side of them, behind them, so they can swing it around their body. Okay? But everybody thinks, wow, baseball and golf, they're not that related. Yes, they are. More than you can understand. Because in baseball, if I trigger, there it is. The club went from in front of me here, side of me there, back. Now I can hit. So when I'm hitting, look at what's happening as a natural response. My body's rotating. It's rotating. And because it's rotating, how are you going to go into early extension? You are locking in your body to enable it to enhance your rotation. And it's not really enhancing. It's just, this is what your body's going to do. It is a rotational sport. But then you got all this glide, foot pressure, jump, all the different things they talk about in these fields. And what makes that field so great? You've got everybody out there trying to do this stuff, and they're like, okay, we're taking the data off of this certain type of modern golf swing, if you will. Okay? And because of that, the information that they have is very biased to the modern golf swing teachings. It's not very biased. And now it is going to say, people are only going to have 2 out of 3 of these, or 1 out of the 3. They're going to favor it more. But I guarantee you, if you look at those papers, which ones are they favoring more? I guarantee you, without ever even looking at that data, the one that gets favored the more by everybody is rotation. Now, there are some people that, I can't get the vertical. Well, no joke. Everybody's like, well, there's other sports you do this. And yeah, there are other sports. This is golf. This is golf. So the only real relationship to golf would be probably baseball, probably tennis, things that are moving with this rotational type of force. That would be tennis. That would be baseball. Here comes golf. It's the same rotational understanding. And when everybody starts picking up their hands and they go up, and then all of a sudden they come down, and they're like, this club is coming down so steep that their brain goes into early extension. Yeah, there's a lot of other causes. Bring the club in, do this. That's over the top. We're going to get to that video too. But when you can understand that everything has to be moving in this concentric circle, like Mr. Hogan talked about, a concentric circle doesn't have a vertical component. It doesn't. Think about this logically. If we're in these concentric circles and it's just following, we're on a tilted forward position with the spine, so we're just keeping that relationship at all times. I have no desire, none, to go into early extension. It just will not happen. So start thinking about this a different way. A concentric circle means circle after circle after circle, right? From the inside out, not the outside in. So if I take this club on this concentric circle and I stand up, I picked it up, something has to go down. And because it goes down, my body starts standing up, right? And you've even seen there's golfers out there that have, done this for a very long time, because they're raising up to give the club somewhere to go. They're clearing the path for the club head. But what we're doing, when we understand these things right, the club is moving in the concentric circles. So now we're just staying in those concentric circles. I'm getting ground force. I'm getting vertical, but I'm not trying to do it. It's because everything is just clearing this way. So when you can really understand the concentric circles do not have a vertical component, they are tilted, when we set our spine angle at 60 degrees, we create this natural relationship with the ground. So now you can start taking these concentric circles and they're working around a tilted spine. So then it's like, oh man, it cannot get any easier than that. And the cool part about it, when I don't go into early extension, right, I get our early extension because I'm going this way because the club's dropping down and I'm trying to add a vertical component to a concentric circle at a tilted angle. It is very difficult to make that time out correctly. Now, when your timing's good, you can do it, but do it consistently over a year. Do it consistently over 2 years. Do it consistently over 3 years. The variables are too great. You're not going to be able to do it. Allah, why guys don't win on the PGA Tour every single week when they're the number one player in the world. Right? Think about it. Because if you were the number one player in the world, according to me, kind of like Mario Rivera when he played for the Yankees, you gave that guy the baseball, he was coming to the game was over. Because he was the best closer in his sport. Well, in golf, yeah, there are a lot of talented guys out there. But if you were number one player in the world, at least when I was growing up, or you were the best player on the team, or you were the best one at playing that particular sport, everybody thought you were going to win. Everybody thought you were always going to perform at the highest level. Now, there's variables in life and all these different things, but it's as simple as understanding this. A concentric circle has no vertical. So when you go half concentric circle, go vertical, now you're trying to put back what you took out, and then you're trying to go back to the half concentric circle. Your body has to raise up. You're going to do all this, thrust the hips. Your brain is just trying to recalculate so many possibilities or variables within a very short period of time. So if you want to eradicate early extension, start understanding it is concentric circles with no vertical, and you are going to start staying in your posture. You're not going to go into early extension. You're going to start hitting these explosive movements that allow the body's rotation to be able to concentrically circle, kind of vibrate their way, boom, with this power source. Like Hogan in his book, he's got all these things, and right at impact, there's that little electric bolt, and boom, the whole body energizes because it is working in harmony. There is no half circle, vertical, vertical, half circle. Wow, that is very difficult to time. And the reason why it's difficult to time, if you go concentric circle, up, now you've introduced gravity. Gravity is going to be pulling this down. So now you're trying to figure out what gravity's doing and your body's doing, and then boom, you go into early extension. Hope that helps, guys. We'll see you in the next video.